You go to bed thinking the election is wrapped up, trusting the system. Then you wake up, pour your coffee, check your phone, and boom, nearly 2,000 votes in your county just vanished overnight. Welcome to a special report from the Human Error News Network. Today, we're doing a full explainer on exactly where those votes went. 1958. Burn that exact number into your brain for a second. Because in our modern, supposedly secure system, almost 2,000 votes don't just evaporate into thin air, right? I mean, really, how does that happen? How do nearly 2,000 votes vanish on election night in Vigo County, Indiana, only to just magically reappear on a spreadsheet days later? You're sitting at home watching the local returns, and then you see an anomaly like this. It completely triggers that deep anxiety we all kind of share about election transparency right now. Like, is this system fundamentally broken? Well, I'm not going to give you the easy answer just yet, because understanding the actual mechanics of this failure is literally the only way to protect your vote. And look, we all feel that frustration, don't we? City Councilor Tammy Boland actually hit the nail on the head. She said, and I quote, "I think that given the current state of politics, there is a distrust there anyway. We have to do everything we can to gain that trust back." When a vital system breaks down and officials just sort of shrug and blame human error, it naturally breeds skepticism. We are absolutely, totally justified in feeling that distrust. But here is our first critical step as informed citizens. We absolutely must demand accountability. We have to. But we can't actually do that until we understand the audit process first. So let's look past the initial panic for a second and examine the actual nuts and bolts of what broke down here. Okay, let's dive into this. As an investigator for the Human Error News Network, I went straight to the primary source. Check out this official statement from Vigo County Clerk Leanna Moore's office. They admit, right there in black and white, that during their internal audit, they realized not all the information accounted for on Election Day actually made it to the unofficial public report that night. The official reason they gave? Human error. But come on, that is a massive umbrella term. Are we talking a glitch in the software code? A corrupted thumb drive? Somebody hitting the wrong export button? What does that actually mean on the ground? Okay, so here's the micro reward for sticking with me. Here's the crucial distinction you need to understand, the difference between a counting error and a reporting error. Chief Deputy Clerk Elizabeth Stiverson confirmed that every single ballot was scanned, verified, and counted flawlessly on primary day. The actual counting process, that wasn't broken. Where the human error happened was purely in the public results report. The software or the export they generated for the public just didn't pull in everything that was already accurately counted and locked down in their system. So the big takeaway here? The ballots themselves were never lost. It was the communication of those ballots to the public that got totally botched. Let's shift gears for a second, because you might be thinking, well, no major headline races like sheriff or state senate changed, so what's the big deal? Oh, it is a huge deal. Let's look at the micro-level reality here. Those 1,958 votes absolutely flipped 2 local races. Picture this. Imagine being Todd Nation running for a Democratic precinct committee chair. On election night, you're in a dead heat, a literal 15-15 tie. Then days later, after the human error is fixed, you win 19-17. Wow. The Fayette Township board race also saw the winner shift entirely from Ricky Maffini to Sammy J. Lane. At the local level, every single vote is massive. A reporting error like this isn't just a typo on a spreadsheet. It literally alters people's lives and careers. Hey, real quick, if you're finding this explainer helpful in cutting through all the noise, take just a second to join the Human Error News Network community. We rely heavily on clear-eyed collective oversight to hold local officials accountable. And honestly, we need you with us as we continue to track these vital systems. So how do we fix this together? Let's methodically walk through the safeguards. Because believe it or not, and I know this sounds crazy, but the system actually worked exactly the way it was legally designed to. Yeah, really. Indiana recount laws and Vigo County protocol dictate a very specific post-election process. Step 1, ballots are scanned. Step 2, they're verified. Step 3, they are strictly accounted for. And finally, the ultimate safety net kicks in, the 10-day canvass and internal audit. The clerk's office is actually insisting this wasn't a failure at all, but a success. They claim this proves their internal safeguards functioned exactly as intended to catch the error before the results were officially certified. Basically, the safety net caught the fall. But let's look closer. When we compare standard best practices against the specific Vigo County failure, the breakdown is glaringly obvious. Best practices absolutely demand redundant data checks, verified transmission of results, and pre-auditing the data exports before ever releasing them to the media. In Vigo County, that election night data export just straight up failed, creating a massive omission in the unofficial tally. So yes, the physical ballots were safe, but that chain of public reporting shattered, and that's what led to this massive public confusion. Now, to rebuild that trust, local officials can't just ask us for it. They have to earn it back. We can look at successful strategies from places like Contra Costa County, California. They actually won awards for their show, don't tell communication strategy. They visually disarm myths and disinformation before they can even spread by literally showing people how the sausage is made. Terre Haute Mayor Brandon Sackbun, he hit the nail on the head here. He said he's confident there was no malicious intent, but that systems and processes must be evaluated and changed. Officials need to show us exactly what broke in that reporting software and how it's being fixed, rather than just patting us on the head and telling us everything is fine. And this is exactly where you step in. The official election certification takes place at the County Election Board meeting on May 15th. When you show up, you need to demand answers to two very specific questions. Number one, exactly what technical or human failure caused that reporting export to omit those 1,958 votes? And number two, what systemic, verifiable changes are being implemented today to guarantee this never, ever happens again? Don't just consume the news, guys. Be the oversight. But wait, there is one last twist here. Under Indiana law, qualified mail-in ballots can actually still be received and counted before that May 15th certification. Think about that. If a simple reporting glitch can swing a local race by just 2 votes, and uncertified mail-in ballots are literally still trickling into the building, how much further are these numbers going to shift before the ink is officially dry? You've been watching a special report from the Human Error News Network.